Alright, welcome to the next lesson. So in this lesson we're going to be adding lip syncs to our characters. In other words, we're going to make our character talk. Okay? Alright, as usual, let's save this shot as, I think it was the second blocking pass, right? Yeah, you just Control S, so you have this pop-up, so you save as second blocking. Oops, everything in caps. Second, how did this aspect second again? Second, yeah, that's it. Second blocking pass. Yep. So let's add lip syncs to our animation. Remember our pose library. So if you come to animation, pose library, we still have a few of our expressions and you name it. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we'd have to select everything that has to do with the face. Alright, so we'll go to wireframe, just find a perfect position where we can select everything on the face. So we'll select everything except this head control, obviously. Select everything there, Control I to invert the selection, and press H to hide the rest of the controls. So we only have the face selection. Okay, so if we come to the first one, you can see clearly that all the keyframes all of the face control are carrying residues of all the keyframes we'll be adding from the beginning of the animation. So you select everything and press X, delete keyframe. So the facial control do not have keyframes at the moment. So first we'll start with the mouth, then we'll go to the eyebrow. The blink and the eyebrow will be next, then the eye controls will be next. So then we'll finish polishing this, and then the next lesson we'll just polish this animation and we'll call it close for this tutorial. And next video will be what next, so I'll take you through. Don't worry, that's let me save that for the last. Let me save that for last. Let me share that as a bonus, and you can take that and do with it whatever you want. Alright, so let's start by selecting the mouth. Remember our pose library, so I'll select it plus the inner. So I'm holding down Control plus my middle mouse button to zoom in. So I'm clicking my middle mouse button and plus Control to zoom into this character the way I just did. So I'm just pressing C for multiple selection to select every controls about the mouth. So that's it. So we'll go to our pose library. Okay, so don't forget, let's set a keyframe for this one as a neutral pose for the keyframe. For the mouth, neutral pose, yeah, neutral pose for the mouth. Then we'll scroll. So this is where your headphone or your earpiece might come in handy, because you have to actually listen to what the character is saying. Okay, so this is the tricky part, and this is how you get quality lip sync. You are going to pose what you hear the character say, not the actual words. So let's say the character is saying beans, for example. So you have to pose the mouth in a way that it says the beans, right, with not the words itself. So I don't know how best to explain it. So pose what you hear the character say instead of the word. Alright, so that's it. So let's put it to practice now. So pose what you hear the character say instead of the word. So we'll start now. Come on, don't do this.
A man did more.
So we hear men. So this R is too is to
A man did
so it's too open, so we'll close it a bit. All right, so if you watch this character he has this wicked smile, he's just a smirk. So this is the character we are paying attention to. So you notice you want to adjust that just a bit. Man, so I think this is going to be the headache, having to select all the controls again when after you've added a keyframe or adjusted any keyframe. Okay. All right. So a man. So there's the M sound. So we'll look for the M. So unfortunately we can't see it here. So we find Lipsync right here. So I'm not sure we added M to this. I added M to mine, so I believe it's part of the assignment I gave to you. So I'll pause it manually. So the man, you hear him say, it's not like man. You and I know the word is man, but you heard man. So that's what I meant by you pose what you hear the character say, not actually the words. Okay, so man. So I'll add a keyframe there. So I'll look for man. Man, so you notice the mouth is not that open, so we'll open it just a bit right there. Man. So deselect that. And man, add a keyframe. And man. Man did more than that, so we'll have to key that manually. So yeah, I didn't do my own assignments. Man did so look for the M sound again. So you can actually copy and paste poses. So we can copy this one in front, bring it in front, and so the sound, move it more. Bring this forward. So take note of this part so you don't more. So select this to scale it forward, so have that more. Select everything, add a keyframe. Oops. So also add a keyframe for the mouth alone, but that's fine. I mean, that can fly. Select, add a keyframe for this one. So at this point, so I think we'll just give it the it's not that obvious. More than these are for the more than. So I added curiosity, but I think let's undo that. More than. So I just pose the mouse to show that it's saying then. So I would grab these two controls and scale it out. Oops, I'm not scaling the right one. There's a control behind it. So I'll switch to orthographic view. Select this control. Select this one. It's more than. So just make sure you look at it from different angles. You can use your rotation, your grab, your scale to, I mean, the guy is smiling softly, but not that obvious. Select everything, add a keyframe.
More than that.
So there's that. So you hear the T sound. Then he closes his mouth like he's actually happy with what he's about to say. But little did they know that he was about to get angry. So that's it. So if we play this from the beginning.
A man did more than that. And a man did more than that. A man did more than that. A man did more than that.
So you see what I was saying? Oh, pay attention to what you hear the character say. So you pay attention to what the character is, what you hear the character say, not actually what he's saying, if that makes sense. My point is not the words literally, but what you hear, like the words, the way it sounds in your ear, that's what you're going to pose.
A man did more than that. A man did more than that. A man did more. A man did.
So at this point, I'm just going to pull it up, the did. So I would grab the tongue. Oops, where's the tongue? Yeah, the tongue, just grab it up. Yeah. So if we grab the tongue up, so it's like he said it, that the did more than that. So let's go to wireframe and grab this, or maybe rotate it if need be. So grab this, just look closely, you see these two controls plus the middle one. I'll grab it and lift it up. So if we look at it there, you can actually see. So man did
more than that. Man did more than that. Man did more than that. And I am that man.
So the extremity is next. So I think I'm okay with this lip sync. You see, it's pretty simple. It's not
a
that.
Man did more than that.
You can see that.
A man did more than that. A man did more than that. A man did more than that. And I am that. A man did more than that. And a man did more than that.
So you can see it making sense now. So let's
More than that.
so the N, you could see it's not that obvious. It's getting irritated. I think we should select all the facial expression and give it that angry, furious face. And why is mine doing that? The upset. Yeah. So this, at this point, we'll just close the mouth. But we'll select everything. I think before, you see the mistake, I believe you've noticed it. So at the end of the pose, this pose, we did not add a keyframe for all of them. So you just add a keyframe, so it's so that when you add another keyframe here, it won't take residue of the keyframes you already added initially. So my point is, let's say we didn't add this keyframe, and we went ahead to add the offset action. So you see here, if you come back to this keyframe, you'll find that it has already started having the offset action, offset keys from this other keyframe. So that's why you need to always add all your keyframes, so you make sure it holds all the keyframes together before moving to the next one. So I'll undo that, come here, add a keyframe. You can go ahead and add it for all of them so it's balanced. So you see, you find his eyes are closed here. I think it's furious. Yeah, it's furious, very, very angry. So we'll open his mouth and so at this point we'll modify this one by rotating this mouth there a bit. So this is the one this is the pose we are the view we are using to, you know, to adjust our character. And so he's really, really pissed at this point. Select everything, add a keyframe. So at this point we're going to add that furious, very upset keyframe. So, and so we'll give it the R. So I will do it manually. Select it. Make sure you're looking at it from this angle. Gauge your reference. So he's really, really angry. So I'll use the opportunity and pose these brows at once. So I'll copy, paste it the other way. You know, bring this other brow forward. Don't be scared to pull your controls. So I might select both of them just to find the perfect position, or alternatively, let me undo that. There's another control inside. We can't actually see it. If we go to wireframe, we'll find this control here. We'll select that control and bring it down to give it that vexed look. So we'll just adjust it, look at it from different angle, make sure you're gauging it from your camera view. So you bring this forward, Control C, Control Shift V to bring this one forward. There's another control for the nose, so we'll pull that up a bit, just up to the Control C, Control Shift V. Okay, And also with move, see what this does. So move this forward just a bit there, just to pose that angry look. Select the mouth again, you know, adjust it, and I am that man. So select these controls, open the mouth just a bit. I mean, it's a stylized character, so you'd want to give it that stylized look, right? Don't lose sight of your reference. So select everything and add a keyframe. So at this point, he's still holding the pissed off face. So he's actually very pissed at this point. I actually like the way mine deformed, especially the upper lip. So we can actually exaggerate more, bring this up. Maybe we'll just copy this pose here, copy and paste it this other way. So scale that in, bring it down. Oops, I mistakenly switched from solid view to material view. So scale that in. I am that man. I think that from the side we'll put it inside. Make sure you do not lose sight of your camera view. Select everything, add a keyframe. Okay. So like I said, you know he's saying I, okay, but you do not literally, pose I anyways. So at this point, the brows are a bit relaxed, just a bit relaxed there. All right, select everything, add a keyframe. So this point, so I think pretty much that's the only thing we'll pull there. I think we'll touch this lips just a bit. The upper, oops, exactly. We just touch the upper lip. Select everything, add a keyframe. So this is how you do lip sync. This is how I recommend you do lip sync. You may not necessarily use the pose library, but it's important to give you a launching pad or a starting point, just like we did the facial expression. That man. So whatever you hear him say, that's what you're posing, not the words. I would say it again. So whatever you hear the character say, that's exactly what you are going to pose. That man. Select everything, add a keyframe. So it said that. So we'll do the R again. Bring these controls down. I think we'll just leave it there the way it is. I mean, now you could work with your own preference. I mean, however you want him to express that anger is up to you at this point. It's all up to you. So we'll bring, I think I'll bring this second control for the brows. down a bit, just very subtle, not too much, to avoid this stuff right here. So I'll select both. Since I've touched it, I'll just Control C, Control Shift V to paste it the other way. Select everything, add a keyframe. That. So I think I'll lift this up so it shows that a bit of irritation. Select everything, add a key. So man again. So man. Select both corner controls. Bring it down. Bring it in. So I think we're good. So you see that curve here, that's what we want to achieve. Man. So let's play it now. Someone is waiting. Oh, wait, before we play it. So let's select everything, add a keyframe. Boom.
A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So,
a man did more
ladies
than
and gentlemen,
that. And I am that man! A man did more than
so I think at the final pose, let's close the mouth just a bit and rotate it back.
I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you create a lip sync.
A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So that's it. So the next thing we're going to do very quickly is work on the blink. That's the eye, the blinks actually.
A man did more than that. And I am that man! And I am that man!
So select the eye control right now. I think this is it. This is the eye controls. Let's select it. Select this one. And we'll come to the eyebrow again just to add a few detail. I think we should do that. Let's select, just stay with me, select all the eye controls, select the eyebrow control, all three from both sides. Select this one, select that one. Yeah, so you know that finally we'll just deal with the eye itself, the eye location. Just don't worry, we'll get into that. So this is the eye blinks. The eyebrow control is what I meant to say. So the blinks are going to work on it. So I would select both parts, select all, the keyframe, delete it. So at this point, so we'll add a keyframe here since the eye is open at that point. So at this point, so his eyes are closed. Okay, so we'll do that right now. So I just scaled it on the Z axis to close the eyes.
A man did more than that. A man did more than that.
So with the eyes open, we'll hold this pose such that it holds the eyes open. To hold the eyes open, then starts closing at this point. So at this point is where the eyes open fully. So we'll copy and paste it at this frame. Okay. So at that point, we'll now hold the closed eyes. So have you noticed that when you're angry and you're expressing your anger, you rarely blink your eyes? It's a very keen observation. Most people do not know, but when people are angry, they rarely close their eyes. They want to intimidate you with the eyes open. So that's what it was captured in this character. But for us, I'm going to show you a technique that you should actually bear in mind when animating your character. So when animating your character and your character is doing a move like this, so you should blink. Actually, there should be a blink at this point. So copy and paste it, hold this pose, or hold this way, so you can see it from our camera view. So we'll now copy and open the pose. So you notice it's too slow, so we'll want to tighten it just a bit there. So another technique you should learn is when the character wants to turn his or her head to another side, there has to be a blink that leads to that action. So this action, for example, at this point where he's turning, so there has to be a blink. So just these three, the way it's selected, I'll select these three like this, copy, and while my cursor is still here, I'll just paste it there. So I would bring it back just a bit. So if you look at our camera view now, so while it's about to turn, all right. So another reason why
a man did more than that, and I am that man.
So you can see
a man did more than that, and I am that man.
So another reason why I asked us to add this control, like the eyebrow control, is that whenever you're blinking, all right, whenever you're blinking your eyes, your eyebrow adds a support to the weight. So your eyebrow gives weight and gives this support to open. Another thing you have to look in the mirror and try to blink. You notice that your eyebrow subtly follows suit to give it that support. So that's what we'll be doing. So at this point where its eyes are closing, so we'll bring the controls down just to give it that support. So I'll delete this hold pose. So you see,
a man did more than that. A man did more than that. A man.
So I'll also hold it more. So I'll hold that pose. I'll delete all these holds. So I think it's just for at the beginning when it's closing its eyes, but just pay attention that. So I'm looking for where my eyes. So you can see, you see the eyebrow closing with the eyes a bit before it transitions. So there's another part where he closes the eyes. We want to add that to it now. So now, while the eyes are still selected, with the angry face, we'll just move it very little bit, just close it in there a bit. Okay, I know it's too much, but I'm sorry.
That man! A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that.
You're wondering how I activated just this window. I just held Control space bar. So if you want to go back to, you either come here to go back to previous, or just hit Control as space bar again and just go back to your default scene. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you lip sync and create blinks. So the next one we are going to do is unhide every control by just holding Alt H to unhide everything. And let's quickly pose the eye control itself. But before we do that, we'll go to Tools and make sure the eye target is set to 0, and we'll delete the keyframe. So while the eye control is selected, we'll select every keyframe that the eye has taken from other, controls, and delete it. So we'll look at where the character is looking. So we'll switch from solid view and just put it to textured. I think we should do that for the other window. Sorry, we are going to do that. Let's do it for this window also as well. Come here, switch to, click on this drop down here and select textured. Okay, so question now is, where is the character looking? Some reason. Okay, so let's set the targets to 1. I'm sorry about that. Set the target to 1. So you're supposed to just delete the keyframe. So it just follows suit. So at this point, we'll just set the keyframe here. So it like he's talking to someone at this point. So you can see he's talking to someone at this point. We look at the camera view. Okay, we just grab it. So he's facing this direction. All right, so that's it. So I'll just undo that. So we'll lift the eye a bit up. So don't forget, we'll hold the pose now, like the pose. Since the eye is not opened, all right, we'll just hold, maybe copy and paste this initial pose. That's the one he was looking at, this character. So while the eyes are still closed, we'll just copy and paste it there. So if you look, we'll bring the character down. So you see it's a bit dramatic and it has this appeal. So the character is now dramatic and you are beginning to see how dramatic this character is. So so he's still looking. So you pose it again, move to another frame. So you move the character again. So that's it. That's how you pose. So just the way we animated our body mechanics. So that's how you do it. And that's it. Select all the keyframes. You now have all the keyframes now. So if you select everything, there's something called clean key. So you have to clean up this keyframe. So if you come here, press key, and you just find clean keyframes. So to clean up all the keyframes, for example, take out the keyframe that has no action. So just take out those keyframes from there. so you have a more cleaner keyframe. So if you press space
A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So in the final, I think this we can call it close from here. So because I wanted to do the eyes and the brows in a separate video, but since we've done it here, it's fine. We are good to go. So if we play this now,
a man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man!
Isn't it beautiful?
A man did more than that. And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that.
So I've noticed something. A man did in there. So at end, it's not really that obvious. So let's open the mouth just a bit. Or we bring the teeth up, so you can actually animate the teeth, and yeah, just bring the teeth up there, copy and hold the pose till you get here, so that the teeth is down, and only when it gets to this point will it come up. I am that man! So let's play that again.
And I am that man! A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So this is better. Okay, so if we press spacebar, control spacebar, and let's watch it again.
A man did more than that. And I am that man! So, a man did more than that.
This is really good for a beginner, and I'm really proud and happy that you've gotten to this point. So we would save as, you know, Lipsync stroke polish. We'll save this as Lipsync stroke or underscore polish. All right, there's still more work to be done with this, so I'll have to do a separate video for and introduce you to the graph editor. Okay, so we'll save this now. So I'll have to do a separate video and introduce you to the graph editor. So if we select everything and come here, switch to graph editor, so we can actually edit and polish up this animation using graphs, but it's still too complex, especially at the beginning stage, and I do not want to go in deep. But with this, you can, you know, share this with your friends and your co-workers, your families, to see what you've done so far. Also share it on social media and tag us, share it on Discord, and let's see what you've done so far. I need you to take your time, do not rush this. Animation is really hard, and I must say that you have to put in the work to get it done. I mean, it's not really been easy. I'm really proud of you. I'm also proud of myself for, you know, creating something this, you know, amazing. You know, you may think it's nothing, but with this you can start your journey to becoming a professional 3D animator. So finally, let's play it again.
A man did more than that. And I am that man!
So guys, that's the end of this course, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.